Here we are, day number 32 of our 60-day healing journey. We are past halfway, y'all. We almost there. We're going to keep going. We got this. This journey is for those people who felt like they have been attracting emotionally unavailable people. If you have been attracting people who have avoidant attachment style, those people that ghost you or they just leave you uncertain and you don't know what's going on, the people that you have to keep asking questions and then they keep, with them being that way, you start to chase them or you start leaning it too far into your masculinity to force situations to happen in your life. If you find yourself or have found yourself being a people pleaser, oversharing and just feeling obligated to overgive, this is the journey for you, okay? We are on day number 32. And the title for today is You Are Not Too Much. You are not too much. Has anyone ever told you when you've been being your true, authentic, people-pleasing, overgiving self that you are too much? Or maybe you've been attracting an avoidant attachment style person who has told you that you're too much because their nervous system is getting overstimulated because they are getting close to you. It doesn't really make any sense, but they're getting closer to you and the connection is causing them to be overstimulated because they haven't healed their wounds and they tell you that you're too much. Have you been around people where you have bright ideas and you just have discernment and you're able to see things that a lot of people around you just aren't able to see? And when you bring this up, they tell you that, oh, you're just doing too much. You're doing too much. You always got to go so deep. You always got to be so deep. You thinking too hard. Have you heard those things? I have many times, but it's okay. Now I know who I am, so I really don't care. However, you're not too much, okay? Sometimes people need to deal with their own issues. Instead of them telling you that you're too much, they should say, why do I feel like it's too much? You know, self-reflection. We all have to do some self-reflection. The affirmation for today is, my fullness is not a flaw, it's a gift. My fullness is not a flaw, it's a gift. Being who you are is a gift. You've been created to be that way. We just fine-tuning and we working on the things that we might have tucked down that might be causing us to be a little off balance. But you're not too much, okay? The journal prompt is, when have I felt like I was too much? And who taught me that? Now, this might take you all the way back to your childhood. You might have to do some shadow work. This might just be having you deep digging, peeling layers off, because when you see one thing, it might take you down a rabbit hole where you find another situation and another situation and another situation. And guess what? That's okay. Because when you get to the root of the issue to see where it started, now you can go back and heal that version of yourself. All right? That journal prompt again is, when have I felt like I was too much and who taught me that? The somatic practice is, laugh loudly, cry fully, express without shrinking. So if you want to bust out laughing, then you bust out laughing. Okay? Not hold it down, because a lot of times you may be in an environment with people and you may feel like, I don't want to be too loud because I don't want them to think, anything. I don't want to talk too much because I don't want them to think that I'm just talking too much. I don't want to, cry. I'm going to just hold it in because I don't want them to think I'm weak. See, all those different things that are shrinking in. And if you don't take the time to release that, and I'm not saying that you have to be explosive and go around everyone and just put all your business out there on the street. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you should be able to express or release these things. So if you need to go in your quiet space and cry, then you let your cry out fully. I had a good cry recently where I was choking crying. One of those cries that was coming up into a choke. I had some death in my family, some grief, some things that I was dealing with, and I allowed myself to get past this. or get through it. Instead of holding it in and trying to pretend that I'm strong, I let it come up because it wanted to. The tiny boundary is, don't dim your joy, ideas, or feelings today. So when you start having that negative self-talk where you had a bright idea and then all of a sudden you try to talk yourself out of it, immediately stop, cancel, cut, delete. Because today's tiny boundary and the practices that we're in, is don't dim your joy, ideas, or feelings today. Your ideas are important because they come to you. Your joy and your happiness is important because guess what? You being happy and joyful helps heal others, okay? It might trigger some people, but it's supposed to, because they need to do some work. They need to figure out why it's triggering them. The feelings that you have are very valid and important, and sometimes you have to ask yourself, why am I feeling this? Take the time to communicate with yourself. You want to meet someone that wants to communicate with you, but how often have you been communicating with yourself? Okay? It's some things just to think about. So that is day number 32. I will see you all tomorrow. Peace and love. Mwah.